Does God exist? With all the voices out there loudly expressing their opinions, from Bible-thumping Christians to Bible-bashing atheists, it can be hard to even hear yourself think. My name is Scott, and I first began exploring this subject as an agnostic. But the more deeply I explored this subject, the more fascinated I became at how clearly and conclusively this question can be answered in the affirmative, with minimal reference to any religious texts. Science, philosophy, and human experience itself point to the same conclusion. Our world and everything in it is the product of an eternally existent conscious being, God. Virtually everyone is familiar with the popular conundrum. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? But probably very few people realize that the question of God's existence, in a very real sense, boils down to what is likely the ultimate chicken or the egg conundrum. Which came first, mind or matter? In other words, is mind or consciousness the product of matter, or is matter the product of mind? Is our universe, at its core, a material universe, or is it a mental/spiritual universe? Stephen C. Meyer, the author of Signature in the Cell, holds a PhD in the history and philosophy of science from Cambridge University. In this book, he discusses these two primary worldviews, the mind-first view and the matter-first view. Meyer writes, "Since the time of the ancient Greeks, there have been two basic pictures of ultimate reality among Western intellectuals, what Germans call a Weltanschauung, or worldview. According to one worldview, mind is the primary or ultimate reality. On this view, material reality either issues from a pre-existing mind or is shaped by a pre-existent intelligence, or both. This view of reality is often called idealism to indicate that ideas come first and that matter comes later. Theism is the version of idealism that holds that God is the source of the ideas that gave rise to and shaped the material world. The opposite view holds that the physical universe or nature is the ultimate reality. In this view, either matter or energy, or both, are the things from which everything else comes. They are self-existent and do not need to be created or shaped by mind. In this view, matter comes first, and conscious mind arrives on the scene much later, and only then as a byproduct of material processes in undirected evolutionary change. This worldview is called naturalism or materialism. Worldviews can be compared to lenses through which people view the world. And I am confident that the more time you take to review the videos and essays that follow, the more you will realize that the mind-first theistic lens is the only lens which allows one to view the world clearly by making sense of all the facts available. There can be no question about it. The matter-first lens, known as materialism or naturalism, is the more popular lens in the media, in most of academia, and in popular culture. As the old saying goes, however, that which is right is often not popular, and that which is popular is often not right. The matter-first lens, in which atheism is grounded, is more popular for psychological, cultural, and ideological reasons, but cannot withstand logical scrutiny. But don't just take my word for it. Instead, arm yourself with all the facts and reasoning that you will never get from our culture, the media, or from academia at godevidence.com.